There we are. There he is. Nope.
Check.
Hey, did you notice I have new lights on me? Yeah, that's all counts. Actually, it had nothing to do with me. It had to do with Heather wanting to light up the keyboards.
Hey,
But I'm
Eddie.
taking.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
And howdy, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Orange Blossom Social. I am your humble correspondent, Bobby Randall. And it's really cool because I got distortion. And I like that in my voice. So I could do some Joe Cocker or I could do Rod Stewart, because that's what my voice sounds like. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure somebody will fix it along the way. Also, say hello to my sidekick, Dangerous Dave. And ladies and gentlemen, out on parole and with us here this afternoon, as always, Fast Eddie back there in the back. Welcome to our little podcast. It's the Orange Blossom Social. And what we do here every Thursday morning is we talk to the folks. There's tons of people that watch online and wherever else, social platforms. What are they, Dangerous? You know them all.
Oh, yeah, we've got them all. We've got Spotify, we've got YouTube, we've got Facebook, we've got, well, that's it.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. I'm sorry, Instagram. Yeah, I forgot Instagram.
So we're everywhere anyway. And what we do is take questions from you folks, and we talk about the Opry and tell you what's going on here at the Opry and what any questions you may have about anything. And we'll tell you about what happened last weekend because it was our first weekend back. And Fast Eddie, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Always glad to have you here. I don't know why, but we are. But folks seem to like Fast Eddie.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we've got to give Fast Eddie a big pat on the back because this first weekend back showcased exactly how hard he works during our break.
Yeah, Eddie, you were.
The lights were amazing.
The lights in this place look like a 2025 Space Odyssey show. It's crazy. He did an incredible job. I take back all the bad things I said about you, Fast Eddie. Also, we have a very special guest with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, how many folks in here, show your hands, do not lie about your age because we know all of you here are 100 and some odd. But how many of you all watched the Osmonds, Donnie Marie show? You watched that. Everybody grew up watching that. One of the Osmonds are here with us. Jay Osmond is here today. And we're going to get him up and talk to him and find out what in the world is he doing here in Florida. So he has moved to the villages, and we'll get him up here in a little bit and have some fun. First, our weekend back was nothing short of incredible.
It was awesome. I had a great time. But of course, anytime I get a new guitar is a great time.
Yeah, here's odd news, y'all. Can you imagine this? Dangerous actually bought a new guitar. Now, how often does that happen? About every other week. That's how often that happens. But it sounded good, man. You were tearing it up. And you got some country sounds out of that 335. I always look at those as more of a kind of a jazz rock guitar thing.
Well, that was the reason that I got that particular guitar is because it is so versatile. That's, a lot of studio guys use 335s and have since it came out. So,
right.
I was really happy with it.
Awesome deal. And then we had a tribute band in here on Saturday, and they're called the Boys in the Band. And if you're a fan of Alabama, you know what amazed me more than anything? I came in here during rehearsal. I usually get here early, and I kind of come out and make sure everything's going all right, nobody's killing anybody, and all the things are going well. And I remember thinking, which one of those guys are going to be Randy Owen? Those guys don't look anything like the guys in Alabama. They all look like a bunch of guys that got off a bus, or whatever. And Then they go back and they get up, and all of a sudden they come walking out before I introduce them. Wow, where'd those guys come from? So the guy actually looked like Randy Owen, and I thought they were awesome. Was anybody here? Anybody at the show? Yep. Do you like them? Were they good? Yeah, they were good. Both shows were sold out, so they were awesome. And I told you this before. When I first came here to the Orange Blossom Opry, Dangerous, I wasn't a fan of tribute bands.
Yeah.
I just went, because I came from the background of playing my own music, writing my own songs, doing that stuff, and I never thought tribute bands were anything I was interested in. But what I have found, first of all, some of these tribute bands that come through here are unbelievable, and it's all about the music. I mean, I always want to think it's about the music. And if you go in there and you play the music exactly like the records and sound a lot like the guys, that Bob Seger guy that was here was unbelievable, then you can come and see Alabama, or you can come and see the music of all these guys for $30 instead of $500, or in some cases you can't see anybody.
Right,
So-
because they're gone.
If you were going to do a tribute band, who would you be?
Gosh, that's hard to say.
I could tell you who you could be in a minute.
Well,
Yeah, you could be Kix Brooks, because could he not, folks? When you have your get up on and your stage stuff.
my flamey shirt.
Yeah, you could be Kix Brooks. You could and
Maybe
Fast-
me and Kenny will do that.
Yeah, you and Kenny.
Me and Kenny Evans will.
And Fast Eddie, you without changing much at all could be either Charlie Manson or Marilyn Manson, either one.
I would do Joe Cocker. Yeah. I would
I've
do
seen
that.
you do Joe Cocker. I saw you. Give me a little Joe Cocker.
Baby, take off your coat.
That's enough. All right. Maybe
I need
not.
reverb.
Don't quit your day job as a light guy at the Orange Blossom Opry. So, let me tell you about what's going on Thursday here at the Orange Blossom Opry. We're kicking off a new show called Center Stage, everybody, and we had a little bump in the road, but you know what they say, Mr. Osmond over there can tell you, the show must go on, and the show will go on Thursday. And what it is, it's kind of like the old Jam thing, but this of the best. We have some incredible. Check this show out. It's this Thursday, starting out at 7 o'clock, and we have some of the finest singers. Elizabeth Golden is coming here. You all
She's
remember
amazing.
her.
I
She's
can't wait to see
amazing.
her.
You know who's coming is Eli Rogers, that rascal, and I think my wife's in love with him.
Uh-oh.
I wish he'd marry my daughter. Yeah. Anyway, so when Eli first started coming here, he had this beautiful, long, blonde, golden hair, and he's big, tall. He's a big boy, handsome guy, and just he sings so good. And bless his heart, he decided to join the police force. God bless him for that, and because we all need good police officers. And now, but he has no hair. He's got his hair all shaved off, and he kind of looks like a dork. But he sure sings well. He'll be here. Jenny Pagosi will be here. She might be one of my favorite girl singers that come through here. And Jay Allen will be here as well, folks. It'll be a fun-filled night. And I worked out the set list yesterday. We're playing some. Have you seen the set list?
Oh
yet?
yeah. I've actually, I'm gonna have to change some strings on some guitars because
You got to soup it up a little.
I gotta bring an A game, you know.
Well, if you look at the set list, I'd say, what would we call that set list for the? I'd say not a clunker in the bunch. Every
Not
one
at
of those
all.
songs are great songs, and that's tomorrow. Not tomorrow night. What's today?
Today's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. I don't know what day it is. I've been on vacation. Anyway, as always here at the Orange Blossom Opry, we take your questions. If you have questions in the audience, simply raise your hand because my personal security guard and buddy, Mike is here, and he comes around with the microphone. And if you have a question you want to ask us about anything, we don't care. Raise your hand, and Mike will show up. If you have a question online, Captain Kurt, our producer up there, will tell you what's happening there. Also coming up this weekend, Friday Night Live, sold out. Saturday, Dr. Carl is here.
Dr. Carl.
Yeah, and if you all are John Denver fans, I don't know if that show's sold out. It usually does.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah, if you're
And it's a different show than the last one we did.
well, John Denver, is he going to not sing John Denver songs?
No, it's just different John Denver songs.
How many John Denver songs were there?
Oh.
More than you think.
Don't get
there
me
was?
started on that one.
Oh, what, Eddie? Come on.
Oh, man. John has a library of libraries. But unfortunately, most people only know his 70s hits. That dude, we can do a whole story on John Denver.
Yeah, we could. And his inspiration behind writing his
Carl
songs was what?
No. The high is
No.
He's talking about elevation.
Utah, Colorado high.
elevation.
Of the beauty
High.
of that country.
I was not born last night, y'all. Rocky Mountain High is about Rocky Mountain
No,
High.
Jay's
Come on,
going to have my back on that. That's
That's
you
about
just rode a
elevation.
motorcycle through that. You know what that high is of seeing that beauty of that land.
Speaking of that, Mike, I wish we were back in Montana this morning on the motorcycles. When I was driving into work, Mike and I and Dan, a couple other folks here took a big trip out west on motorcycles. There's nothing better than waking up in the morning, cruising your Harley in, you would know about that, Eddie, because you drive a Honda, so it's usually in the garage. But
No, it's not.
It's riding through the mountains of Montana and Colorado in the early morning. Oh, man, it's just nothing
Listening to John Denver
No.
driving through Colorado. That's what I'd be doing.
Well, hey, not to bring anybody down, but I do have some news regarding motorcycles.
Uh-oh.
You know, this weekend was the start of Sturgis.
Yeah, and I saw what was going on out there.
Yeah, there's some bad things happening this weekend at Sturgis. My brother's going next weekend.
What happened?
And,
I just saw a bad hailstorm.
Yeah, and because of the bad hailstorms, there was 10 fatality wrecks.
Oh, no. Yeah, I saw the thing, and we were out there, we went beforehand. I don't really go to Sturgis and do those things. That's kind of not my thing. When I was with Confederate Railroad, we played all of those. But it was easy because you zipped in a tour bus, got off and played your show, got back on the bus and left. But on a motorcycle, it's death. And I saw all this hailstorms, and I saw guys riding and going down. I mean, it was not comical, but I hated that to see that happen. But we got out there. We never got into any hail. We got a couple bad storms. One time, I was trying to get right with Jesus. I thought, because I need to, before I crash here and go to my death, I need to ask for some forgiveness. And Mike, my buddy over there, said, well, you better circle for a while because you're going to need to be there a while. I said, I can't circle, man. We're all going to die. Bad storm in Wyoming we were anyway. So Dr. Carl will be here on Saturday. And then next week we have a George Strait tribute. New guy. He's not been here before.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. He's actually from Canada, evidently.
Yeah, as are a lot of these tribute acts. Some of the better tribute acts we've been getting are from Canada. Why you reckon that is?
Maybe that's all there is to do up there.
Something in the water.
Yeah, something in the water.
We've got a Canadian in the house over here. I know this. So.
Yeah, a lot of those bands, those tribute bands, they're what?
Employment. There you go.
Yeah.
That's.
Now, do you suppose, I always want to know this, do you suppose those guys that do that, what's the first step in getting involved in that? You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you go, man, I look like George Strait. Or do you think he starts singing and said, man, I sound like George Strait?
I'd say it's more sound like.
Yeah, that you can sing like the guy, because that's really the most important thing, right? You want to.
You could put on a wig and look like somebody.
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah. Mike, my buddy Mike, we 2 or 3 years ago, we usually do this on Halloween. We have dress-up thing. I don't dress up. I don't do that. And so you dress up in a costume. So Mike dressed up like me, and comes in. He's got the wig. He's had everything. Even I always wear that hanky in the back, and people say, "What's that red hanky you wear behind your britches all the time?" And I go, "Nothing." So I have terrible sinuses. And Mike won. And even coming in the door, did you say somebody?
There were people that thought I was you coming in, even though I was coming in the front door. Congratulated me on seeing me on RFD TV that week or something. It was a good time. That's the only time I've dressed up since I was about 6, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Eddie, you dress up all the time, don't you?
All the time.
Yeah. Eddie's still trying to bring spandex back.
I am.
No,
speaking
Everything
of spandex,
comes back full circle.
After the George Strait show, you saw who we have.
let's see. After George Strait is I see Garth Brooks.
Oh, is it? Okay, sorry. 2 weeks after that.
2 weeks after that, Eddie's will be. Mike will need extra security.
No,
you'll be barred from the building.
There will be spandex that night. Not on me, but there will be spandex.
Thank you.
Shania,
Well, maybe me.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain. It says North America's #1 tribute to Shania Twain. This is all on Saturdays. 2 shows. I don't know. Were you a Shania Twain fan?
I liked a bunch of her stuff, but of course, when I was doing a lot of road work, they were new songs.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's this inside story on Shania Twain, if you'd like to hear that, because I was working in the business side for a while. So Shania came to town, and she's Canadian as well.
Yep.
And recorded a record. A guy named Norrell Wilson, who was a big producer in Nashville, they hooked her up with Norrell. And Norrell produced a record on her, and it was pretty drowned, if you will, in reverb, and it wasn't the best sounding album. And it was a lot of her songs, and the songs were not, I don't know what they were. Anyway, but it didn't do well. So Shania meets this guy named Mutt Lange, who's a rock and roll producer who we all know produced Eddie Go.
AC/DC, Def Leppard, Bryan Adams, Mutt Lange. The skies opened up and the gods just pawned Shania Twain. That's what happened when Mutt Lange met her.
Eddie, get back on your medication. Yes, and Quiet Riot too. Did he not produce them?
I don't know if he did quite right, but he
did a lot of big ones.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, she meets him at a party. Next thing you know, they're an item, and he says, well, I think, why don't I produce you? And he did, and he took her, I'm not downplaying Shania Twain, but her lyrics and her songs aren't necessarily Rembrandt. She's not, but they're just cutesy little things. But his production, I think, brought her to life and gave her a career, because when those records came out, when her next record came out with Mutt Lange at the helm, they were all different, and they were cool, and they were,
And brought a whole new sound to Nashville,
yeah,
too.
a lot of stuff people hadn't heard before, and it's the same song, just a different approach. So anyway, that's my inside story on her. And then they made millions of dollars and moved to Switzerland or something. I don't know. It was a happy ending, or was it not a happy ending?
It wasn't a happy ending because they got divorced.
So that's the music business, y'all. There you go. All right, well, anyway, she'll be here, Shania Twain. That's on August 30th. Hey, I skipped something, though. On August 10th, everybody, I need you all to come out to this. We're selling a lot of tickets. We're doing a classic country day here on Sunday afternoon at 2:30, and our special guest will be Dwight Tucker. And you and I went to see Dwight last Thursday.
Yeah, we did. He's awesome. I love Dwight. He's just a good guy.
Well, he's a great guy, and he knows all those old country things. He sings the right words. He sings, the song, all these old Heartaches by the Number. And here's a question. Is it Heartaches by the Number? You can look this up, Captain Kurt. Heartaches by the Number or Heartaches by the Numbers? Heartaches
by the number.
The number. You have to check that out, because I don't know what it is. Anyway, my dad used to sing that song. He sings all that old stuff, and it's awesome. And he will be our special guest on August 10th, so come and see us at 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. So
my notes say that he's the grandfather of the Marshall Tuckers.
What?
Yeah,
No.
Marshall Tucker.
No, he's no.
He's Tanya Tucker's.
Yeah,
Tanya
Tanya Tucker's
Tucker?
granddad. That's what I read. Our bass player played with Tanya Tucker, as you know, for a long time, and many other people. He's got do you think Keith has the biggest resume, strongest? I don't say so.
I would say so. I mean, because you can't, because he started, what was it? I think his first gig there was Ricky Van Shelton.
First started playing with Ricky Van Shelton.
Then he was with Tricia.
Yearwood.
He was with Tanya Tucker for what, 78 years?
Yep. Tanya Tucker. Played with Waylon.
Waylon Jennings, Peter Frampton.
Who's that dude, the handsome dude that's on one of those?
Easton Corbin.
No, the other one.
Luke Bryan.
He's
He played
played
with
with
Luke
Luke
Bryan.
Bryan.
He played in Lone Star. He played in Sons of the Desert. Had Hot Apple Pie.
Had his own band, Hot Apple Pie.
I mean, his resume just continues.
My resume is
Daryl
really
Singletary he played with.
My resume's like that, too. I got a lot of people. And my dad, who was a Teamster and a truck driver, would look at my resume and go, you just can't keep a job, can you? So there was always that.
My resume is kind of probably the worst, because every artist that I got on with to do road work with got dropped by their label soon after.
That's fine.
I played with a bunch of singers that have one hit,
That was my songwriting resume. If I wrote a song and you recorded one of my songs, something bad was going to happen. Because I had songs recorded by a bunch of people, and it was like Ricochet. I had their last single. I was supposed to have Ty Herndon's next single, and it went out the door. I got all kinds of stories about songwriting. That's another a nightmare story. Any questions, let us know at the bottom of the hour. For those of you out there watching somewhere else, 10 more minutes, we have a special guest, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on with them. He called me the other day. I said, Jay, how you doing? You know, can you come in and be on the podcast? And he said, well, not right now. He said, I'm in Sweden. I went, Sweden?
Okay.
I've never been.
He was over there visiting Shania.
Yeah, she was in Switzerland, I think.
Oh, Switzerland. That's
Switzerland, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so a lot of other good things going on. In October, we call it a Rocktoberfest. I got a buddy coming that's going to be here. They're doing the Ultimate Rock Show. They do your favorite 80s MTV rock hits. Eddie, you'll love this guy. Nathan and I produced a record on him. His name is Tommy Kaye. And if you know how the Grammys work, you get considered for a Grammy, then you get nominated for a Grammy, and then if you win a Grammy. So lots of people end up, I don't want to say it's easy, but I have ended up in the nominated for a Grammy Award several times with our bands, different bands, but never finished it. But Nathan and I produced a record on this guy that ended up in the considered to be nominated for a Grammy Award. That's all the farther I got. But he's awesome. This guy's a singing fool. And he'll be here on September 6th. Steel and Peaches, which is the Allman Brothers Band tribute, they will be here. Get Closer. That's
Linda Ronstadt.
Linda Ronstadt. Bruce Springsteen, the 27th. High energy Bruce Springsteen. You don't suppose he'll do all that political crap, do you?
No.
No, because people here will lynch him. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what really Born in the USA is all about. Some of these rednecks around here drag him out behind a barn and say, "Listen here, son, you don't knock our country like that." Artemis Pyle Band. He was, of course, the original drummer for Leonard Skinner. Bo Bice singing. What was he on?
He was on American Idol. He came in second place to Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
So Carrie Underwood's a big star,
And
this
he's
guy's
running Artemis Pyle Band.
He's selling shoes and
No,
plays.
he actually did. He had a solo album that was pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh, he did?
and he's
Yeah.
a great singer.
He's almost like Carmine in the sense he's the go-to guy. You need somebody who can get it done, you know.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Bo can sing. I've seen him in the show.
Yeah, I'm
about
looking
a
forward
year
to that
ago.
because
Well, he was handsome and had real long hair and everything, right? When he was on that show, I remember seeing him on there because his hair was real long. He was thin and looked in shape. Yeah, so much for that.
Time changes things.
Time.
we have a Facebook question, I believe.
Facebook question from Captain Kirk. Good morning.
Yeah, it's not a question, it's a statement. JR says that Bobby and Dave need to break more guitars. His shop is looking empty.
Oh, no.
JR is our guitar mechanic who works on all of our guitars.
Well, JR, Keith and I are actually going to Tampa after the show today to replay guitars, so we might be bringing.
Oh no! I gotta lay off the guitars just for a little while because you guys. We shop around in different areas. It seems like the guitars that you guys bring to me, because they go find these guitars, and hey, Bobby, you need to buy this guitar. They're like $5,000, and I go, well, okay. So that's what happens with Bobby. They kind of hang around the 2,500 mark a little bit,
Or lower.
Yeah, but I'm like, Bobby gets it. Here's this one. This is only $12,000. But I came home from our motorcycle trip. I rode home. The last 2 days of our trip was pretty brutal. Wouldn't you say, Dan? It was pretty rough. We came across Kansas. The wind's blowing 100 miles an hour. It's probably 150 degrees outside. I don't know. I see coyotes flopping over dead on the road. It's awful. And then we get into Florida, and it's like turns into a sauna. And then it's 100 degrees 1 minute, then it's downpouring rain the next, and awful. And we can't really stop because we want to get home. So when I got
Beautiful
home,
day to ride.
We do what?
Beautiful ride.
No, it was awful. I was hating life and hating both those guys too. And so I get in the garage. I don't even know if I put the kickstand down. I think I just slammed my bike down on the garage floor and said, that's it. If I never see a motorcycle again in my life. And then this guy calls me and said, hey, you know what? I got the perfect motorcycle you were looking for. So I went down and traded my motorcycle in and bought a new motorcycle. And that was substantially above a couple of the guitars.
Yes.
So I'm out of the guitar buying business for a couple of weeks here, for a while. So you guys are going to the guitar place?
Yeah, we're going to replay today.
What the heck for?
To see what they got.
Yeah.
We haven't been in like, well, I mean, we've been off for a month. Keith's been in Virginia, so.
Yeah. I've been we all been off for a month. That's all. But I mean, have you you and Keith ever? I mean, I know you guys are pretty tight. I know that. But have you ever talked about therapy?
Well, I don't know. I guess couples therapy.
I
might
can
work.
fix you up with somebody.
Yeah, wrong kind of therapy, Eddie. They just need they have a guitar buying.
No, I'm talking about my addiction to memorabilia therapy.
Yeah, you got that bad. Hey, but Eddie, listen. Eddie has all this memorabilia, everything. He's got a couple Osmond albums too.
Yes.
Don't you have an Osmond album?
I don't have it with me. Yeah, I have the double live from 70s, and my original, I bought that in the 70s. I was a huge Osmond fan. I watched
That's what I was telling you backstage. In the 70s, that was my first concert ever, was the Osmonds.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
My mom and dad took me and my brothers and my sister to see the Osmonds at the Pan American Center in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Wow.
And I want to say in 1976.
Of course, I have a bunch of Donnie and Marie's separate,
I'm sure.
I believe I've got the country one that you guys did. That may be on CD, but I believe I've got that. That was a great album. That was a
If anybody has anything, Eddie has it.
Yeah.
But it was Eddie bought me. What were you, Eddie? You brought me these two horse heads.
Yeah.
Not like the one in the movie in the bed. What are they?
No,
Godfather
really
movie.
cool antique horse knockers. They're made out of like iron.
Oh, I don't. I think I could have
when
found
the
a better.
door knockers. Remember back the door knockers on the doors?
Eddie, I
That's
think
what
you can
these-
find a better description than horse
I
knockers.
don't know what they are. They're cool. That's what they're cool. They go on posts.
Well, they're
and
these
it's a
big
horse
horse
head.
heads. They're
Yeah.
steel, and then they got a round thing that hangs through them like a towel rack. You think that's what I thought they were at first, but I got to clean them up, and then I'll put them out at the gate of my
Yeah.
house because they're really, really cool.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of horse knockers, that that brings us to our sponsor of today's show.
Yeah.
For all your guitar lubrication needs, you need Big Ben's nut sauce.
Oh, no.
Oh, Big Ben. Is
I
it
thought-
Big
forgot
Ben?
about-
Big Ben's.
Oh,
Bend
Ben's.
for all your
Yeah.
lubrication needs.
Yeah.
You got to bring that bottle out when you do
It's an
that.
actual thing. I'm not even kidding. It's a real thing.
You need to bring that bottle out. You have it, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's only about this big, but
What do you suppose the marketing guy was thinking? They said this will be a great name for a product. I think I could have come up with something else better. All right. Well, it's the bottom of the hour. If you have any questions, let us know. Please send them there. We have a question over
All right,
here.
let's-
Let's take. Did we do over there? Did you point? Somebody raise your hand.
Let me talk about the album first before we get our special guest
Oh,
up here. Of course,
yeah.
my album of the.
Oh,
of
your
course,
album of the day.
Yeah, this was, of course, Jeannie Seeley when she came here. She signed that album for me, and
Oh.
we took a picture. And it's so sad to lose Jeannie. She was the funnest lady to hang around and talk to. She was just so sharp-witted and stuff. And
I love Jeannie Seeley.
Yeah, everybody's gonna miss her. She was a sweetheart.
Yeah, she also wrote she wrote some pretty big country songs. But Jeannie Seeley was one of those that had that smoker's voice. And one thing that she didn't do, she told you exactly what she thought. And I thought it was awesome. I loved her. She was an awesome woman, and will be missed at the Grand Ole Opry. Did we have a question over here before we get our guest
I
up?
don't think
right here
so.
in the front, Mike.
Oh, in front.
Yep. You got to say your name and where you're from. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Lorinda from the Villages,
Now, no, nobody's from the Villages.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, eh? Okay.
Minnesota, eh?
Yeah.
So you're trying out Mike Price as your pianist.
Yes.
Because Chris left.
Yep.
When will you make a decision, or are you going to try other people as well?
Well, we got a couple other people we're going to look into, and
we've already looked at a few.
and
also,
we've auditioned a bunch of people, and I was talking with Jay Osmond. He's got a little band that they're putting together to do some stuff in the Villages, and we were just in conversation. He said, "Well, I can't find a piano player either because they're not easy to find, and you got to have people that play at a certain level. And that's one thing. That's the first thing." And then the second thing is try to find a piano player that sings is another thing. Like your light guy, trying to find a piano player that's sober.
They kicked me out. I tried to audition. They wouldn't allow me.
No,
I was-
it's a difficult thing. But I think what we're going to do is try a couple different people. As a matter of fact, this weekend we have a different piano player every night. We'll try to find a guy that fits in the band. We have our eye on a guy that we think is going to work just fine. So we'll be using him a little bit and just try to see, because it's hard. The camaraderie of our band is that of everybody in this band, even though we've kind of all been friends for I've known Keith Horn for 30, 40 years. We've all known each other for a long time, but when you're in a band, you're really like a family. And you can see these two guys, Outlaws, are headed for Tampa, so together. So these guys all hang out together. We kind of we want to make sure somebody fits in here, because when I first came here in this band, it wasn't like that. There was drama and tension. This guy hated that guy. This guy was mad at that guy, and this guy was an idiot, and on and on. So we don't have that in this band anymore. The band is all really a tight-knit family of great people, and and it shows on stage, great musicians. And so we want to just try to find that perfect guy. And now that I've talked to Jay Osmond, I got to find him before he does. So, so I'm going to put him up there in Eddie's place, everybody, so we can talk to him for a little bit. Y'all give a big round of applause for our pal Jay Osmond. Here he is. Come on up there and jump up there, Jay. I'm excited to have this pretty evening. One day, let me tell you how this started for me. My friend Billy Dean, you all know Billy Dean. My Billy called me one day and he said, "Bobby, I got a friend of mine that's moving to the Villages, and his name's Jay Osmond." And I said, you mean of the Osmonds? That Jay Osmond? And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "I want to know if I could have him get in touch with you." And I said, "Absolutely." So we got together and we hung out a little bit. We'll see if we can maybe do some business together. And if we can't, we'll just be friends. But everybody welcome Jay Osmond. Howdy, buddy.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. How are you?
All right, so first let's
great to
talk
be
about
here.
how did you get to come into the Villages?
Well, my wife and I have been coming actually for about 10 years. Every now and then we'd come to just to visit, and some good friends of ours. And I just love the Villages. I love everything about it. You know, that you can go there, and it's something for everybody. And you know what? And I love also the fact that people can get up and dance and not care what people think. You know, it just have fun. And it's, I don't know of another place that is like this. I mean, you tell me one other place. How many golf carts can you count? I mean, amazing. It's just amazing. But we get up there. We love to go to the dances, and we love to rock out. And so we thought, wouldn't it be fun to put our band together and perform here? And just because I love this environment. And so we're coming on the 23rd of this month to Sumter. And also the 30th will be at Spanish Springs.
Awesome.
So my band, and speaking of family, you're so right about the camaraderie. You've got to have a band that not only plays well, but performs well. I have a pet peeve, you know, about people getting up on stage and they just do their instrument and it's great, but people want to see it entertained. They want to see a magic.
Yes, sir.
And to relate
Yes,
with
sir.
audiences. And I think that's so important. Do you agree with that? I just think it's so important.
Well,
Yeah.
it reflects into the audience, because if you're up here on stage and you're not having a good time,
Oh, man.
and you got this big sour face on and looking at the floor,
Exactly.
then what message does that send to people who have paid
Right.
money to see something? That's what I
Because
always-
people want to be entertained.
I got you.
And, you know, and when you were talking about these tribute bands, one of the last shows I did with my brothers, it was, I think, in 2019 when I retired from the brothers.
Yeah.
But we were doing this show, and then we were signing autographs. And, of course, our audience is around in, you know, about late 50s, up 60s, something in that area. Well, this young gal comes up in the audience from the line, and she's about in her 30s, I could tell. And she said, as we're signing autographs after her, and she said, "I've never seen anything like this." And I said, "Well, thank you so much. What a compliment, especially from a younger person."
Sure.
No, she said, "No, I'm serious. You guys are amazing. I mean, unbelievable." And I said, "Wow, brothers, that's a compliment." She says, "I've never seen a tribute band like this before, ever."
You guys are
It was
spot
so
on.
funny. And so we kept her thinking that she actually saw a tribute band and said, "Yeah, you do kind of look like Merrill, don't you?" And you know, that kind of thing. It was really funny.
Funny
But,
stuff.
but there's some great tribute bands coming. I mean, really good ones. And my band, who I put together, these guys are amazing. I mean, we're doing everything from the classic rock, Aerosmith. I mean, lots of different songs. Maybe about 20% will be Osmond tunes, and mixed in with some heavy rocker kinds of things. But my brothers and I have been performing for a long time, And then in the mid-'70s, we decided to be television producers, and we produced the show called Donnie and Marie Show. My brothers and I produced that, and so that was it. We wanted to balance ourselves out. We went from starting with Walt Disney, who actually he discovered us, and he put us on his shows in the early '60s. Then we went with Andy Williams, then Jerry Lewis, then Ben Campbell, and then on. But we wanted to get a whole mix of the business, and then we built a studio, and I wrote a musical which was in England. It came about 2022. It's coming to America. It'll be about our family.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be coming over here. We hope to Florida.
Was your studio in Provo?
Yeah.
I was in that studio once.
Were you?
Yeah, I can't remember what I was doing there, but Marie was on the same record label I was. We were on Capitol Records when she was doing her stuff. So we did a bunch of dates with Marie.
Oh, really? Cool.
And I met Donnie and a couple of you guys before. I mean, but everybody knows who y'all were, because that Donnie Marie show was huge. I mean, all y'all grew up watching that, right?
Do you remember that shows? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Do you really?
Everybody remembers that show.
No,
Eddie doesn't, because Eddie doesn't remember much. You do? Yeah.
You really fast, Eddie? Oh, yeah. So are you all from Florida, or are you from everywhere?
Nobody's actually from Florida.
Yeah, here's what they say, Jay. Everybody says when I ask them questions, and if you have a question for Jay, raise your hand, because Mike will come around. That's what we're doing with the show today. But everybody will say, I'm from the Villages, and I go, nobody's from the Villages. No, I don't think so.
I heard there's some Canadians out there, too. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. What part of Canada? Oh, I love Canada. You know, last time I went there, I went to a fight, and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't that the you know, a lot of these tribute bands that have been coming here are Canadian. The guy that did Bob Seger that came here, I sat out in the audience. I don't generally get a chance to do that. I sat out and listened to him. If you closed your eyes, it sounded, I mean, they had everything.
Oh.
Every little lick, every little horn part, every little thing. And the guy sounded like Seger. It was as good as listening to any Bob Seger. And, you know, Bob's not touring anymore. So, like I said, that changed my opinion of tribute bands when I saw that it's all about the music. When you can hear the music, this band called Hotel California comes here. If you're an Eagles fan, it's always sold out. Same thing.
Well, you know, there's nothing like music. It transcends language. You can hear a song, and it'll take you back in time. Do you notice that when you hear a song, you'll go back, and you'll remember where you were when you first heard it? I mean, music is amazing.
It's a good thing. So tell me this. You guys were, all of y'all were pretty young when you started this. Was that, what I don't know, was that, when that family thing, was that a mom and dad thing that helped get that started, or you guys just, how did that kind of come
we started
together?
with, like, we were on our way to Lawrence Welk. I was 6 years old. Can you remember Lawrence Welk?
Yeah.
Okay, my grandfather videoed us. We were just Osmond Brothers boys quartet, barbershopper quartet, and we went to audition for Lawrence Welk, but we spent the whole day in his office, and he never saw us. And the secretary says, I'm so sorry, but he's gone. He went off to do a trip. So my father was a little upset. He says, boys, we're not going to ruin this trip. Everybody to Disneyland. So we stayed in our little suits, you know. And we get to Disneyland, and there's the Dapper Dans, you know, they're the singing group that goes around singing.
Yeah.
And they said, you a group? And we said, yeah, we're a group. We're a barbershop group. So we auditioned for them, and which later turned into a audition for Walt Disney himself.
Wow.
And who put us on his, we were there with Walt Disney for a year doing the shows and
this is in California, right?
California, Disneyland, yeah. And then we went with Andy Williams after that, and so it was, but yeah, I've been in the business over 60 years now, so it's been a long time.
Well, it's an amazing thing to be able to create any kind of life and have any kind of life in the music business, because as you know, and we all know, it's, you know, one day it's up and next day it's down, and things
it's a roller
happen.
coaster.
Guys quit. This guy goes that way, and that stuff. It's like herding cats. It's hard to keep everything, but you guys kind of. And then I apologize because I know one of your brothers passed away here a while back.
Unfortunately, it was Brother Wayne.
Yeah.
He was the real rocker of the group,
Yeah.
and he was great, and we miss him. We really do.
Well, we wish you a bunch of luck here at your endeavor
Thank you.
at the in the Villages. You're always welcome here at the Orange Blossom Opry. Anytime you want to come by and say hi, or anytime you want to crash the stage and sing a song, you let me know.
Hey, sounds good.
And we'll get you up here. Jay Osmond, everybody.
All
come
right,
on.
good to meet you all.
Awesome. All right. Well, you just never know who's going to walk in that door. Is that not amazing? They started when they were 6 years old. Yeah,
Yep.
So what does that make him now, like 23?
Something like that.
Well, awesome. Yeah. That's funny. And as the story that he was telling, I find interesting because my mother was like that. You know, when you're a kid, you don't know what you're doing when you're 6 years old. And if your parents kind of have this vision for you, you know, and kind of help you follow your dream and kind of mold you into that, it's awesome. As his parents must have been, you know, getting that going for him and everything. So anyway, any more questions we have? We got about 15 more minutes on Facebook. I got a bad story to tell you. So I'll tell you this story. Yesterday was my day off. And all I wanted, Dangerous, all day was a chili dog. And you folks need to tell me where you get good chili dogs around here because there aren't any. I don't know. I don't know of any places that make good chili dogs. There's this place in Wildwood. If you're going in on 301 and you go to the left, that little yellow building over there, they have okay Coney dogs. But if you're from up north, where most of y'all are from, those good chili dogs with the Vienna hot dogs, it's got the heavy casings on them that snap when you bite them. Anyway, all I wanted was a chili dog. That's it. So yesterday, Monday, I work all day. I'm here at the Opry because we had a little bump in the road, and I had to put this show together for Thursday. I have to call all these people, find out what songs they're going to sing, find out what key they're in, put them in the show, make sure they fit out, all this stuff. So 3 o'clock, I'm done. Okay, I'm going home. So I go home, I want a chili dog. I'm going home. Only thing is, my wife says, hey, let's work with the horses. Okay, so I'm out in the paddock, and we worked with the horses, and my wife put a saddle on Etta for the first time. She gets on it, and I was kind of holding her down because she wanted to rear up. And anyway, so we do that till 7 o'clock. Now I'm hot and sweaty, and I didn't have my chili dog. So we look in the place I wanted to go over there in Wildwood's closed. My wife says, Checkers have got chili dogs. Says right here online. I've never been to Checkers in my life, ever. So I go to Checkers and get my Jeep. I go to Checkers and 441 out there, the traffic's just unbelievable. It's like horrible. It's like you take your life in your hands. So I jockey around the traffic and I pull into Checkers and somehow I go in the drive-through the wrong way. I'm this way. And I went, I don't know how this happened. So I try to go down to get out. Well, just as I do this, some dude pulls right up in a truck with a big front end on it and pulls almost up to my bumper. Honks, honk, honk, honk. Yeah, I know. And I'm nice and I go, sorry, back up just a little bit. You know, he's honking. So he rolls down the window and proceeds to start cussing at me and giving me the middle finger. And I'm still pretty nice. I go, could you just back up a little bit? And he's a jerk. So I have a Jeep, right? And it's got plastic windows. You zip the windows down. So I open my door. I step out. I stand between my door and my window. And in my nice voice, I say, I'm really sorry, sir. I went through the drive-through the wrong way. Could you just back up a little bit and I'll get out of your way? I don't think the guy heard anything I said. He's still cussing at me and giving me the finger. So in a more raised voice, I said, at an extremely raised voice, if you continue flipping me off, I'm going to come over there and snap that finger off, and I'm going to cram it up the rest of the story. You know where that went. So then he rolls up his window, and he backs up, and I go out of the way. So I go around him, so I do a U-E out in the parking lot and come in. Well, then I end up right next to him because there's 2 lines like in McDonald's. So there I am, and they're over there, and I'm here, and I got my plastic windows zipped down, and I'm looking for chili dogs now, right? That's all I care about is chili dogs. And I can't find chili dogs on the menu, but I see this guy's truck. I see the window roll down, and I'm thinking, man, if this dude comes after me, I'm going to have to shoot him or something. The window rolls down, so I don't make eye contact. This lady goes, aren't you the guy that sings at the Orange Blossom Opry? I said, I am. My name's Fast Eddie.
Do the lights.
There's a little bit more to that story, but that's all I'm going to tell you right now.
We have a question up top.
Question up top. And then I got a chili dog, and don't go to Checkers for chili dogs, y'all. They're horrible. Question. Somebody tell me where to get good chili dogs. Come on, Captain. Yep. Thursday night will be a great show. Just show up here on Thursday night. It will be the band. All of the same entertainers that are going to be here will be here. And I'm not saying this to try to promote you. You guys do what you want to do. But this might be one of the best shows we've put on in a long time. It's going to be really good because there's some incredible singers, and we picked some incredible songs. And that's all I have to say about that. But I did tell you that Checkers chili dogs suck, didn't I? Because that's more important. Yes, sir. Another question or no? Nope, that's it. Yeah.
Real quick, I do want to make mention that if you happen to be one of our viewers online, make sure you're going through and subscribing to our page, our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our Spotify page, and our Instagram page. Go through, like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you're sharing our videos. Make sure you're sharing our posts, because the more you share, the more it gets our brand out to the algorithm. And
what? I don't even know what that word is.
It means it puts us out in front of more people.
Ah, so. Alpha? Was it alpha or alpha? How do you say that?
Algorithm.
Yeah. Okay.
So and speaking of online, I want to give a quick shout out to my mom. Hi, Mama. She's watching. I called her this morning to remind her that we're on.
Oh yeah. My mom just had her 93rd birthday, and of all things, on her 93rd birthday, takes a fall and breaks her arm. So my mom's still kicking around, doing good. I get updates from my sister every day. So I don't want to tell you because it's not funny, but somehow, how do you fall off the toilet? I don't know how that happens, but that's what happened. So Eddie, do you know anything about? He's probably fallen off the toilet several times. Yes, sir. Question.
When you drive around, there's only two places I see OBO signs. When you're building your brand, you don't see it anywhere. Obviously, the Village is your draw, but you need to put up some more road signs and people can see.
More road signs?
Well, no, more
yeah.
big poster boards. All of them are all everywhere, but they don't see anything about you.
Yeah,
so your brand is great.
Yeah.
Just build on it.
Well, I had to talk to get those up. There's one up on that big corner down there now at whatever that is, because I found that one.
The 93 loop and 441.
Yeah, whatever that is. I don't know where it is, but it's up, and they. But we try to get the word out and try to put we can't get any more people in here most of the time, so it's I don't know what we do. A lot of times we have, 2 shows for that same reason, so we can get more people in here. So we may start doing 2 shows on that classic country thing, Dangerous, if it starts picking up, because it looks like it's
would be good,
gaining some legs. Christmas shows this weekend, bunch of that. Let's see. We got souvenirs at the Orange Blossom Opry, Flatlanders gift shop. They didn't like it when I called it the pawn shop. So I'm trying to remember the name. Flatlanders. And T-shirts, golf shirts, blankets, magnets, and oh yeah, cowbells. Don't forget that. We got cowbells. What else does it say? The Flatlanders describe someone who lives or comes from a flat. Yeah, we know that. That's what a Flatlander is, right?
Yeah.
Lives out. We were out there.
Where it's flat.
When you're riding a motorcycle across the country, like a bunch of us did here a couple months ago, there's parts of the country you ever just be riding along, and then you come across a house sitting somewhere, and you think, man, I wonder what that guy does, or I wonder what, because some of those places are way out in the middle of nowhere, or right out in like South Dakota, you go for miles, there's nothing, and all of a sudden there's just a little house, not even a big ranch or farm or nothing. You think, man, how's that guy even have running water? So anyway. All right, moving along. I guess I covered everybody. Dave has told you all the places. Let me tell you what's going on. Christmas real quick, because we have some special guests. Johnny Wild. You guys go crazy over Johnny Wild, don't you? Girls, you do?
It's right in the name. Johnny Wild.
Johnny Wild, yeah. He's a nice fella. But anyway, Johnny Wild's Christmas extravaganza. And then the Nelsons will be here. They're a couple of great guys, like Jay Osmond. They've got an incredible story. They tell you the whole story about Ozzie and Harriet, how that started and all that stuff. And they're Rick Nelson's twin sons, Matthew and Gunnar. The Letterman Christmas show will be here. The Buzzcats will be here. The Ultimate Elvis show. Oh, really? He's doing Christmas show. Did Elvis do Christmas music?
Oh, yeah.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Did John Denver do Christmas music? No, John Denver didn't, because there was nothing that related Christmas with smoking the bong.
Well,
so yeah, so that's why that's out. All right, let's.
But John Denver did the Muppets Christmas thing, didn't he?
Who did?
John Denver. He did the Christmas with the Muppets.
Oh, he did? I should have that guy on. I'm really good friends with this guy named Guy Gilchrist. And Guy Gilchrist, I could call him, and I don't have time today, or I would. Guy Gilchrist worked for Jim Henson, and he created a bunch of those Muppets. He drew all of them. He created Miss Piggy, and he drew all the Ninja Turtles and all that stuff because he worked for Jim Henson, and Henson got all the credit for it. But my friend Guy worked there for him, and he's an incredible artist. Classic Countries are Sundays once a month, everybody, right now. And you keep showing up. I'm trying to push for 2 shows on that Sunday, 2:30 and 7. But right now it's just at 2:30. And did you tell them about our Orange Blossom Opry app, Dangerous?
I haven't yet.
All right.
Don't forget that you can keep track of all your Orange Blossom Opry shows and watch replays of this show on the official Orange Blossom Opry app, available at any place you get your apps from.
And why wouldn't you want to?
Absolutely free.
Absolutely free. Put it on. I have it on my phone. I don't know that I've ever used it. So
I use it all the time.
Hey, let me tell you another story. And all of you, Dangerous, maybe you can help me with this. So if I put you in my phone as Dan, but let's say hypothetically that a person I or you were upset with, when they gave you your phone number, you decided to put his name in there as Dan the Jerk. And so I put that on my phone. So every time the phone rings, I know it's Dan's not a jerk, by the way, but Dan the Jerk. Okay, so I did that with the person I was a little upset with, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But I did. I was a little upset. And then I don't hear from this person for a while. And then this person sends me a text that says, "Hey, Bobby, this is Dan the Jerk, as you have me listed in your contacts." How did that happen? I don't know if somebody told you. Think somebody told him? Is there a way you can see that on your phone? Because it was not good. So
actually, there is an app out there that you can pay for, and you basically see what other people have you saved as in their phone.
No kidding.
Yes, but you have to pay for the app itself.
Well, so you have to pay for this app.
Yes.
Right? It's odd you would say that because this person I put in there with that bad name owes me a lot of money and hasn't been paying me. And although they did bring me some money today, but they have enough money to buy that app instead of paying me the money they owe me. So, well, that's pretty weird. I felt really bad.
I told you I'd give you $20 on Friday.
Yeah.
Hey, Bobby, just a statement regarding the advertising.
Yeah.
In the villages, we hear on their radio station all kinds of promos for the OBO. And
oh, good.
And in the paper, sometimes there's a full-page ad, and 80% of the people in the villages get the paper, and that's about 150,000 people.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's getting out there, right? Yeah. Hey, let me ask you this. Does anybody read the paper anymore? Yeah. Y'all do? Yeah, we're all still of reading the newspaper and stuff. The new kids, they don't read the paper. They don't do anything. They don't even have jobs. Hell, why are they going to read the paper? They don't even go to work. That's one thing. I said, you ever think about getting a job? Nah. Why would you do that? Speaking of jobs, now your one son's coming.
Yes, my eldest son was retired from the military. I say retired, but he was medically separated. He had hurt himself and had to get out of the military. And he got on with a company based in D.C. So he moved to D.C., and he's a trainer for this company. He's going to be coming to Tampa to train in September. So he's going to be coming to see us in September.
Awesome. How old is he?
He's 26.
Awesome. And do any of your kids play music?
He's a guitar player. My son Travis.
Oh,
he's a really good guitar player.
Really good?
Yeah.
Is he looking for a job? I'm just saying. No, Dangerous ain't going anywhere. Dangerous, if you leave, if anybody else leaves this band, I'm going to hunt them down and kill them.
I just bought a new car. I've got to stay here.
Yeah, you just bought a new car. Yeah, if I can get you guys all in debt, you'll have to stay here. Just go buy a new motorcycle. That's what I did.
Hey, that's a great idea. Charlene, are you listening?
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
So, okay, well, I should say we bought Charlene a new car. So, motorcycle, here I come.
Yeah. My wife is wild. I keep telling her we need to buy a new car, and she doesn't. My wife doesn't want to do that.
She said she's driving hers till the wheels fall off or something like that.
Yeah, well, they're on 3 now.
I was going to say, it could be any day.
Yep, she said, I'm going to drive this till she got a Honda Accord and an old truck. I'm going to drive these till the wheels fall off. And I go, this woman spends as most of you women probably do, spends $600, $1,000 for a pair of shoes, and has a closet full of shoes, probably 200 pair of shoes in that thing and more that cost as much as 2 cars. But she doesn't want one, so that's good for me. Don't have to go out and look at cars. Although I bought her a John Deere tractor for her birthday last year, so she was driving the fire out of it yesterday. Had it out there running around.
It's going to be tough to beat that this year.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Her birthday's in November. Mike will tell me what day. I think it's the 20th or 21st, something like that. Where's Mike? Mike's my personal assistant as well. He keeps track of me. Just good morning, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. P.S. It's your anniversary. I'm Mike.
I've been trying to do that a couple of days in advance, just,
to give me the heads up. It was pretty funny. All right, any questions before we go? We're going to head on out of here. Thank you all for coming out. A lot of people have been showing up here for the show. Remember, if you're not doing anything on a Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning, come see us. It's a bunch of nonsense. It ends up in being Bobby and Dave's comedy show more than anything else, but we talk about people. And once again, before he leaves, big round of applause for Jay Osmond for coming over today. Absolutely awesome. We're going to scoot out of here early. God bless you all. God bless America. Come see us at the Orange Blossom Opry because you'll be glad you did.